And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Spencer Villinger. I'm reporting live from Somerville in Tennessee, and we're going on a sports report. Spring training is in full swing. Our top story today. Spring training is in full swing and getting ready for the upcoming regular season, playing 180 something games before the month of October, called the Hunt for October. And now let's check out some of these highlights from yesterday's game between the Yankees and the Red Sox. The Yankees ended up beating the Red Sox by a score of 5-1, 9-1. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. And here we go. We have the pitcher here. We got, and that's a strikeout. However, it did look a little offside the plate, but it was a strikeout and looks like a pop-up down the left side of the field. Shortstop catches it for the out. De Jesus is out, and there goes strike three as pitcher from the Yankees is throwing heaters. As we go into the starting lineup for the Yankees, you see Clint Frazier. You also see Gary Sanchez and Martin Perez is pitcher for the Red Sox. His record 10-7 so far. And a blooper right up the center line by the second baseman. Score still tied at 0-0 at the bottom of the first inning. And now we got the short hop to shortstop. Glove for the out at first. Down the left side field. Oh, throws it way off the mark, trying to get the player out at home and does not succeed. However, still going in the bottom of the first inning and tries to catch it off a bare hand but misses the mark, and the runner is safe at first for the Yankees. And so as we press onward as we keep going way over here, and let's just keep going here, and we got ourselves the out right now. Scores 7-1 Yankees. Top of the seventh inning, and catches a fly ball for the out to go into the middle of the seventh. Bottom of the seventh inning, base hit past the pitcher into center field, and right field catches it for the out. As we go into pitch 3 count 3-2, and gets the walk. Take your base, son. They fly ball down to center field, and he catches it off the hop and runs it. And bases are loaded with no outs. That's not good for the Red Sox. However, gets that double play real quick to force 2 outs, but a runner is safe at home. It's 8-1 Yankees. Yankees trying to hold on for the win, trying to get a double play by the Red Sox, and does so. Into the seventh inning, and a pitch down right field by the Yankees will force another run in. Yankees win 9-1. However, the Boston Red Sox pitcher is still waiting to hear about an elbow injury. Reporters say we are still investigating on whether or not he will be able to pitch next game, which is today. The Yankees will play the Red Sox again. However, he is scheduled to line up to pitch, but we are waiting to see about his elbow injury. Everyone has heard mostly about the coronavirus by now, of how it is spreading. There was a report of a woman who actually died in California after suggesting that she had a high fever and ended up contracting the coronavirus. So a lot of it has now spread into the sports world. The Chicago State University Panthers, both men's and women's basketball teams have canceled their games for tonight. The women's team had a home game while the men were on the road. However, they are not willing to travel due to the spread of the coronavirus. And so we are basically waiting to hear what happens next with the spread of this disease. In other sports news, the Tampa Bay Rays, got a win yesterday, chopping down the Braves by a score of 5-2. And the Cardinals of St. Louis send the Astros back to orbit by a score of 6-3. And the Texas Rangers settle down the Giants by a score of 6-5. And that is all for baseball. And for the NBA season, we are over halfway. The All-Star Weekend was back in February, where we had the Slam Dunk Contest, the three-point contest, All-Star Game, Celebrity Game, over February 20th, 21st, and 22nd was the All-Star Weekend for the NBA, and last night's matchups featured the Pelicans, who lost to the Timberwolves by a score of 134-139, and the high point man, Michael Beasley, who scored 28 points for the Timberwolves, along with D'Angelo Russell, who dropped 23. Warriors were victorious last night over the Denver Nuggets by a score of 116-100. The high point man scoring in that one was in double figures, as Andrew Wiggins put up 22 points. The Lakers also got a win last night over the 76ers, and the Lakers continue to improve their dynasty with LeBron James. That's the high point man. However, last night, Anthony Davis was the high point man last night by scoring 37 points, along with LeBron James only scoring 22, not averaging his best at 35. NBA games tonight, we have the Heat going up against the Orlando Magic, a little Sunshine State rivalry. Just a few miles north from Miami is Orlando, and the tip-off is at 6:30. Memphis Grizzlies will travel to Brooklyn tonight to take on the Nets, and that is in New York, and game time is at 6:30, so it'll be Eastern time there. And also the New Orleans Pelicans will travel to Dallas, Texas to take on the mighty Dallas Mavericks. The tip-off is at 8:30. College basketball is really hopping, especially in the month of March. March Madness is on its way. We have the conference tournaments, which start next week. And actually, a couple conferences are already in their tournament standings due to the fact that they have less teams than some of the major conferences. For example, we have, we have Tennessee makes an ultimate comeback against their rival Kentucky. Came back to rally by a score of 81-73 when Kentucky looked like they had that game in the bag. Purdue surges past Iowa and Iowa City. Iowa at home loses to Purdue 77-68, and Rutgers, who is trying to improve their basketball standings. However, can do that when beating Maryland, who was ranked 9th in the country, at home. At Rutgers, and beat Maryland 78-67. Michigan State climbs back into the game when Penn State looked like they were going to run away with it with the Spartans. But after being down 12 at the half, MSU climbs back and wins 79-71. Tonight's matchups in college basketball will consist of Virginia at Miami at 8 o'clock. Also, Kansas will play TCU at 7 o'clock. And Creighton will play Georgetown at 7. And Dayton will play at Rhode Island at 8 o'clock. Now, Dayton, on the other hand, has a really good center named Obi, and he wears the number 1, and he is like 6'9", and he's very athletic for how tall he is and how he can get up and down the floor. They play at Rhode Island at 8 o'clock, and Florida State will play at Notre Dame tonight in South Bend, Indiana at 8 o'clock. Florida State is ranked 7th in the country, and Dayton is ranked 3rd, and Kansas is ranked 1st in the nation of college basketball. Boy, we have covered a lot of teams here today. And going along with that, we will go ahead and get you with the weather report as we have before. We will do the weather report today. It is very cloudy outside here in Summerville. Only a high of, it's 62 right now. It was supposed to get up to 66, but hopefully it does so as the day progresses. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 66 and sunny. Friday is going to be a little bit on the cool side because we got a cold front coming in from the northwest. And it'll be only a high of 54 on Friday. On Saturday, it'll be 59 and a low of 41. Friday, it'll be a low of 34, so it'll be a bit cooler. It's not at freezing temperature. And on Sunday, it'll be 64 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. So the sun will peek out and partly sunny. Be a high of 64 and a low of 53. That is all the time that we have for today. I appreciate joining me here in Summerville, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Good night.